This is Banquet of the Beast. I'm not sure how to pronounce the Japanese title. It's uh, Kichiku Dai Enkai. I'm not sure I pronounced that, so I'm not gonna really try. It's a 2-disc edition. As you can see here, it's got the thing on the side. Second disc contains specials like the making of and stuff and whatnot. I got this movie, I'd never heard too much about it, but I found it for like $3. So I just went ahead out on a limb and bought it because I'd heard from a few reviews that it was a pretty graphic movie, and I figured, $3, what can I lose? And I have to say, this is probably one of the best Asian horror movie purchases I have ever made. It's got every bit of the gore, violence, intense graphic scenes that so many other Japanese, Chinese, and Asian movies have in general, but it also has a fairly good storyline. The acting's good, the camera work's pretty good as well. Everything about this movie is fairly, or no, it actually it's well done. I think everything in this movie is well done. The movie itself, as far as the storyline goes, it's about a group of uh, young people that have started this somewhat of a gang, and their leader's in prison, and his girlfriend is in charge. His girlfriend is an absolute slut. She sleeps with the men, she manipulates them, that's how she's staying in power. And as the movie progresses, I want to get into the intense part of the film, honestly. So as the film progresses, the guy loses his mind in prison, kills himself, and that's when it all starts, like the intensity of the movie starts. There was one fellow who had doubted the leader of the group, and his girlfriend didn't like him, and he rats the group out to the police because they are kind of like a anti-government party, and so that is illegal, of course. And he rats them out of the police. They end up killing the police. It doesn't show it, and they find out where he's at. They come in, they take him to this mountain area, tie him up, and that's when it starts, the real intense scenery. He has a friend that he was actually at the guy's apartment beforehand, and they tie him up as well because they say he can't be trusted. And as it progresses, they ask the guy what should they do with the one who snitched on them or ratted them out. He says, I don't know, hang him. So they're going to hang him, and this is after he's severely been beaten by one member of the gang, and they're putting the rope around his neck and everything, and then the leader's girlfriend, she goes ballistic, and she is absolutely one of the most annoying characters I've ever seen in a movie. Her laugh is just so terrible and awful and just irritating. Anyway, as she starts to lose it, she has this shotgun, she grabs it, and just cleans the top of the guy's head off, just blows it right off. She then goes over and starts playing with his brains and exposed matter and tissue and stuff, and is doing that god-awful laugh. Then the other guy that's tied up, she starts with him, and they think she's going to let him go, but instead she has his pants pulled down, she cuts his penis off, and then she grabs her gun, and she goes running off to the woods, and one of the guys follow her. Well, as that's going on, this other guy that was with him freaks out, and he starts running off, and another member of the group joined him. Actually, the guy who didn't join him, he starts running after him. The guy that's running after him was actually in prison with the leader of the gang, so I guess he's kind of like second in charge to a sense. And then the guy whose penis has been cut off, one of his friends is there, so he just stays behind with him. Anyway, the guy who ran off, the guy's chasing him, and eventually he falls, and the stick goes through his knee, so he's incapable of moving. And he's laying there, and the guy has a sword. He's about to, I guess, cut his head off. And then the leader's girlfriend and the guy who chased after her show up, and he shoots him in the stomach with the shotgun, point blank, and blows his guts everywhere. Then the next scenes, and this is where the movie actually ends, is where they end up in this warehouse-looking place, very industrial, rundown, and the guy's having sex with the leader's girlfriend, which at this point has completely, she's just into a state of dementia. She's just kind of sitting around. You also learn that the guy whose penis got cut off is not dead, but instead they have him chained up in some god-awful looking bathroom, and his friends there with him trying to help him, and the guy with the samurai sword just kind of wandering around. Well, they have sex. The guy and the girl are, they get done, he's sitting there, and then the guy's friend whose penis got cut off comes in asking him if he's been fed, and he says no. So he takes some little lima bean looking things, takes them into the bathroom, pours them on the edge of the bathroom, and the guy's like kind of slurping them up, and he's bleeding from the mouth, and he's bubbling, and it's disgusting, he looks awful. And he's eating them. The guy can't take it, so he takes, the guy's friend can't take it, seeing him like that, so he takes his stick and he beats him to death with it. Then he's just sitting there, and then the guy and the girl, she dresses up like a geisha and puts the red lipstick and the white face, and she's dancing around, and she accidentally pukes on the guy from her dancing, in which he holds her down, starts having sex with her, / raping her. I'm not sure what's going on there. And then since he done that to her, he's takes her head, and he's making her suck his dick, and he's just skull fucking her basically. And as he's doing that, the girl, I guess, gets tired of it, so she bites his, I'm not sure if she bites his dick off or just bites it, but anyway, blood squirts out, and he's bleeding, and he takes her, he pushes her down, takes a knife, and starts stabbing her in the vagina. I feel like I'm telling the aristocrats joke at this point. He starts stabbing her in the vagina over and over and over and over, and then he takes a shotgun, the shotgun that she shot the guys with, takes the shotgun, and starts fucking her with it, just hard as he can go. And she doesn't die, but she's pretty much gone at this point, and her legs go down. When her legs go down, he pulls the trigger and blows her guts everywhere, and it's, I was like, that's a good one. So, blows his guts everywhere, the guy's sitting there, the guy with the samurai sword appears again, and he just heard the gunshot. He then goes in the room where the guy had beat the guy to death with a stick, and sticks the samurai sword into his throat and kills him. And then he goes in and finds the guy who killed the leader's girlfriend, and of course this is the ultimate sin for this group. So he takes and cuts the guy's hand off first that's holding it off, then slits his throat, and then cuts his head off, and then starts stabbing the Japanese flag which is hanging in the background. Then the last scene in the movie is the last one living is the samurai guy, I don't know his name, samurai dude. He goes outside, and I thought he was going to do Harry Carry, but he doesn't. He takes the sword, sets it upright, and runs his throat down the edge, cutting his own throat. And that's how the movie ends. So basically it's about, that's what the entire film is, a group that gets discombobulated and goes crazy, and they literally all just brutally kill each other. Like I said, it is one of the best Japanese film I've probably seen. It is extremely graphic and violent. A few sex scenes that are pretty graphic. There's one pretty weird scene with sex where the girl's dancing around. She jumps up and you see up her skirt. It does the blurred Japanese thing. I didn't get that because this movie has balls floating around in it from where people are fucking and stuff. You can see them slapping and all that, but it doesn't show a vagina, and it shows this extreme amount of gore, so I didn't get that. But anyway, here's the movie again. It's Banquet of the Beast. Actually, I have to say it's a really good film. This is a 2-disc edition. Like I said, I picked this up for $3, I think. So it's definitely worth checking out. If you get the chance, look into it. Get it if you want. It's definitely, like I said, definitely worth a look. I actually, hopefully, will be getting some video footage from it uploaded soon, because it is that intense to me. Anywho, hope you guys enjoyed it. Check it out. It's definitely worth looking up. And until next time, I'll be seeing you guys.